The market's about to crash. We're headed into a recession. We are in a recession. The recession is making the market crash. Hi, this is Cheryl Vecchio with Vecchio Group at eXp Realty, and those headlines make me crazy. There's absolutely no historical evidence or data that backs up a statement that says a recession equals a market crash. Here's what we are seeing. We're seeing a return to a normal seller's market. And yes, I did say seller's market because we still have more demand than we have supply of homes here in our local market. So let's talk about what normal is. Let's do some comparison. And first of all, I want to talk about what normal is not. Normal is not the cray-cray market that we've been seeing over the past year, where a buyer has to give up their firstborn child and their left kidney in order to just buy a home. And when we compare a normal seller's market to what's been going on in our market, let's go back to, say, March of 2020. Now, in March of 2020, we had 845 homes available to sell. At the end of August of 2022, we only had 399 homes available to sell. And I know what you're saying, but so what? How many sold? Very interesting data, because in March of 2020, 250 of those homes sold, and in August of 2022, 299 homes sold. So let's look at that inventory. 2.5 times the inventory with roughly the same amount of homes sold. That's the difference between what's going on for us and what a normal market is. Interesting data, though, is days to sell. How many days it took a home to sell? Our normal market pre-pandemic, normally 60 days on average is what it took to sell a home here in our local market. In August of 2022, it was 22 days. Now, I realize that was a big jump from what we were seeing in 6 to 12 days in previous months prior to that. But we're still not at what we would consider an average and normalized length of time it takes to sell a home and enough inventory so that we're in a balanced market. So here's what's been happening. The media has been measuring our home value appreciation month over month. Real estate is a long game. Industry analysts and economists measure home price appreciation year over year. There are a couple reasons inventory has bumped up a bit. One of them is simple seasonal changes. If you look at my charts, you'll see that there's a big dip in August and September of every year. So that's just normal seasonal changes. The second reason is a bit more complicated. As we work to decrease inflation and interest rates rise, some buyers have taken a pause in their home search to reevaluate their budget. And what that's done is we no longer see multiple offers on homes where buyers have to pay significantly more than list price just to get that home, and they have to do so very quickly. So we're seeing a dip in our sold price month over month and an increase in our days on market. Higher interest rates by design cool off our market and shift us to a more normalized market. That shift is a deceleration in appreciation. Normal appreciation year over year runs about 2.5% to 5%. With some buyers taking that pause, we are seeing fewer multiple offer situations where buyers have to pay significantly more than a house is worth, which is causing us to see longer days on market for homes and a dip in sold prices month over month. However, when you look at home price appreciation, as we should look at it year over year, we're still seeing significant appreciation in our homes in our local market. In fact, some industry analysts and economists raised their forecast in July over the forecast that they cast in January of this year. Check out what Black Knight said about this. Annual home price growth dropped by nearly 2 percentage points, the greatest single month slowdown on record since at least the early 1970s. While the slowdown was record-breaking, home price growth would need to decelerate at that pace for 6 more months just to get to a normal 5% home price appreciation year over year. That brings home just how far we are from a decrease in our home values and a housing crash. One of the other reasons that caused the media frenzy was that some markets are grossly overheated, and so when all of this happened, they saw a massive decrease in their home value. Markets like Boise, Idaho, San Diego, Phoenix come to mind. We didn't see that in our market. So how should we respond to all this information? First of all, our deceleration in home price appreciation is good news in our efforts to curb inflation and normalize home price appreciation. If homes were to continue to appreciate at the rate they were, homes would become unaffordable for most people. Buyers, this is your market. Historically, home prices increase and interest rates decrease during a recession. Yes, that's correct. In fact, the only time that didn't happen was 2008, and 2008 deserves its own video. With home prices increasing and mortgage rates decreasing, waiting could cost you money. Home prices are permanent and interest rates are temporary. Sellers, if you were waiting out the market because you didn't know where you would go once you sold your house, this is your market. Your home price appreciation is still strong for 2022. And when you go to buy that replacement home, you won't have to go through the cray-cray market that you kept hearing about throughout the summer and last year. We're going to continue to watch this market as it evolves and keep you updated on any changes that we see to not only the housing market, but to mortgage rates also. If you have any questions about the market or buying or selling real estate in this market, I would love to hear from you. So please, comment below or send me a text or give me a call. Until then, thank you so much for listening, and I really appreciate your time.